18 Heartfire, Day 34. Constance's uncle Balgath has sent her a mysterious letter. Obviously, he has found out something important about Yana. I have promised Constance to help her get her bow back. Constance has talked me into going to the West Gash region to find Yana and her thief band in their hideout northwest of Caldera. My mission is to join the band and charm Yana into telling me where Constance's bow is. Once I have more information, Constance wants me to contact her with the telepathy amulet. Until then, she will wait at Maddox's trade house in Nissus. The awkward thing is that Constance doesn't want Yana to be harmed in any way, so I'll have to be careful. I brought the books telling the story of Palat to Yulani Helleran. She rewarded me with several conjuration scrolls. 18 Heartfire, Day 34. An ambassador from the Mages Guild in Daggerfall wants to speak with me. Their name is Gavin Vett and they are currently staying at the Guild of Mages in ALD Rune.
So welcome back to the adventures of Shiaryu Nin, and we have some new fancy mods like this one by Carp Pulio, and I think Raven 7, not sure about it, let me check. But basically it's the latest addition to the shield magic effects replacer. Yeah, by Curpulio, and the scripting is from Raven 7. And this is an add-on completing the shield effects. We had the elemental shields done before, now we have also the standard one, and I think they are pretty great to have. Also, they work together well. As you can see, we have both fire and the shield one. I think I have stuff the shield effect, so okay, this is the fire one. I have retexted maybe it also, I'm not sure about it, but probably not. They are great to have also because they add scripted effect when you hit back the enemy with the shield. And I have also fixed the position of this parrying weapon added by, I think, the mod by Wesley, mod adding Mephala statue and so on, and there are also a couple of nice parrying swords, but they did not. Basically, parrying swords set be equipped like they are shields, basically, so they work normally good in first view. Yeah, you equip that. They are shield basically, so they look good this way, but usually they don't with the shit mod, because the position is not right. So you have to tweak the mesh, make a special mesh, a copy of the mesh with the _SH suffix, and then you have to tweak the position to where you want your paring sword to be put. But then you can do something like that. I tweak the position, so now it is equipped like a paring weapon on the back by the sheet mod. And also I'm testing a simple new mod because basically before having MWSE shitty mods available, most of the mods having parry weapons use the standard scripting to automatically equip the parrying weapon when you put out your main one-handed weapon, which in this case is this green sword. But if you don't use anymore those scripted weapons, then the standard shitty mod does not equip automatically back your shield. So the mod little mod I'm doing is doing exactly that. It is storing the last shield equipped, and then when you equip back a one-handed weapon, that shield is equipped again automatically, so you can. It should work with any parrying weapon and any shield. A little mod that I will probably release when I'm done testing it. That should not be long because it's very simple. Maybe there are also already some more complex combat mod including an option like this, but I just want a simple thing, this thing alone, because that's the one thing I'm missing. Anyway,
an ambassador from the Mages Guild in Daggerfall
we could try
wants
to go
speak with me.
with
Their name is Gavin
Consul's
Bett, and
quest
they are currently staying at the Guild of
or
Mages in
explore this
ALD
new
room.
quest. It's been a while. Also, there's also another mods that I just installed. That's pretty interesting. It should... let me drink something first. Oh, I think I know what I have to do. I have to find my my potion bag because I lost it, and that's one of the problems with the containers mod, is that most of them need you to drop them, to initialize them when you start, when you load the game, and oftentimes you forget where you drop your bag, and so you have to backtrack and find where they are, and it's not very easy to remember where they are, so you have to look in your saves in some way. It's not easy. Hopefully there will be some more advanced mod done with Lua sooner or later to track these things better. But for now I must find my potion bag back. I think I know where I forgot it, so let's try that first. Maybe I have also some other potion in some of the other bags. These are bags from an even older mod, pre-MWSE Lua mod. Let's see, potion, feather potion, slime potion, no. Or I could just teleport back where I have some of them. Okay, let's do that. So I have this nice mod that's called the Serene Tower mod, I think, which is adding a new Albani style tower near Tadbernora for the player. When you do the quest, you got this nice tower home, with a nice teleportation hub and a nice teleportation ring. And so usually one of the places I use often to put my alchemy equipment and so on. And here I have some feathered potions, plenty of them actually. Because I use them a lot, both for practicing alchemy and to move around with a lot of loot without problems. Okay, so let's keep them now. Okay, so now I have feather. I think, let me check one thing, is it seems it's working. Okay, this is another nice mod, which is showing the stats of items in theory when you compare things. Or maybe that was showing for some reason, because I have no arbalest. Let me check if the mod is working. So I have these new mods recently released that should show weapon damage in a more detailed way. I don't know the name of the mod. Let's see. Oh, this one probably. Accurate tooltip stats. Displaying damage values for attack type in a more accurate way, because it is taking into account basically player progression in stats and the weapon condition. If they are weapons that are damaged will work in a worse way and so on. So pretty interesting. I will keep the default for now. Also the mod has just been released, so there's probably space for improvement, but it's very interesting. So in theory it should show different stats for instance weapons that are damaged, something like that. So let's see, do I have something damaged here? Not sure about it. Maybe some companion. Oh, this one. Goblin buckler. So in theory should have less armor rating. I would need. Oh, here is an example. Let's see. Full armor rating 24. 21. Okay, I'm not entirely sure if this is a new thing from the mod or if it is uh, vanilla thing with the armor values, but probably it's a mod. And I should... Oh, this one is a weapon. Let's see. So we have very similar values because they are more or less the same damage level. Okay, but we will see. The idea is pretty interesting. But you need to have damage things of the same kind to compare to realize how the mod works. Anyway, I'm looking for my bag, potion bag, so I think I know where I lost it, but it's a place with some enemies, probably. Not sure about it, or maybe I already killed them, so not sure. But I know how to get back there. I need to teleport. With recall I have lots of ways to recall around to use enchanted amulets. So this is one of the teleportation hubs added by a quest to find the vanilla different houses. This is a house spot, and from here we can teleport to this place, which is called Azura's Retreat, which is a small Veteran style house in this region between the Hahemusa camp, Telvos and Shelgorod. So pretty useful place to be, because from here you can easily reach this part of the world. And also it has a pretty useful shrine for an Atronax sign character like Shai, because we can easily recharge our magic, we can cure from draining strength and so on. But we are here mostly to go back to that cave. Oh, and I want to show this thing. I'm in love with this rock replacer from one of the recent mods, adding these high rocks to Shelgorod, and they are fantastic quality. They make things very, very nice. And they are not really heavy on frame rate, they are well done. But there's a little frame difference, but all in all, pretty worth, in my opinion. And I think the cave should be this way, added from a new mod. Called... Oh, one thing, I'm still using the improved ORI mod. I'm not using the more recent one. I don't remember the name, but basically it is a mod adding that expanding functionality when you click something in the console and you see a separate window with all the details, what meshes are used in the thing you are clicked, from what mods and so on. Pretty useful, but for some reason I'm not able to have that mod run in my setup because it simply doesn't work. I tried a lot of times, but it doesn't work. There must be some kind of conflict with something else, so I keep on using the standard command from the console, which is expanded by this improved file mods, and it's telling me some information, textures about. I just want to know the name of the mod adding this new cave, which is a conjurer's calling a small quest mod released recently, and I hope to have my potion bag here somewhere, because I already killed the enemies. And I think looking in the oh, here it is. So basically what I did is just opening the save, the last save, with something that can show you some hexadecimal file, some file viewer or some hexadecimal editor, and then looked for the identifier of the object in the save, which is in this case G7 underscore container underscore ALCH something, and then more or less I can find where in the save is this text, and nearby I have found the cell name. So pretty basic thing, but this way you can find where you dropped your precious bag of potions or something like that. Because it's something that happens, that you forget where you dropped. Okay. I think I have already the quest from the NPC here. We must find some Daedric helmet. Maybe a standard Daedric helmet. Not sure about it. But here we have lots of potions. Okay. And so I will say, because I don't want to come back here and have to find my potions again. As we're here, let's go and talk with the quest giver to remind what we need to find.
There's no time for talk now. Go.
Welcome back to my humble lair. Do we have business to essential research? I need the Daedric face
the
of
Daedric
God
face
before I
of
can continue
God.
my research.
I think this is a standard artifact, a helmet, but I'm not sure about it. We must find it. Maybe I already found it, not sure about it. Or maybe it's something new added by the mod. We probably have clues about it.
Wants to speak with me. Their name is Gavin Vett, and they are currently staying at the Guild of Mages in ALD room.
Okay. The wizard Maven. Oh, let's have Shario read things. She's
18
better than me.
Day 34. The wizard Mavan Romal has tasked me with finding the elusive Daedric face of God. When I find it, I should return it to him in his lair, Punshara. He suggested I start by finding the drunk Nord in Vivek's Telvani canton.
Okay, let
Mishti
me...
will have finished her ritual by now. We should go and speak with her. Mishti says that Azura has spoken to her and told her I may be trusted. That's good, I suppose. She wants me to continue training Julian. Say.
Okay, Alt S to stop reading. Uh, an important thing. This is good journal entry because it is telling us the name of the quest giver, where to find the quest giver, who to look for to go with the quest, the drunk node, and so on, and what we need to find. So we have the complete information about who, about where, about what, and so on. This is important because you never know when you do a quest when the player will be able to go on with your quest. So it may be after a month, so player cannot possibly remember these details, and so you have to write them in your journal entry to make things properly. It doesn't, if you just write them as dialogue lines for the quest giver, it is not enough. You have also to give this essential information in the dialogue, and this is important. Naturally, if you have lots and lots and lots of quests, this is probably not enough, because how can I remember what is the quest about this mage and so on? And this is a different problem. And for this, I am slowly improving another mod, which is called Smart Journal, which is already giving you a way, in theory, to sort quests by loading orders, so you know more or less. From you can set it to tell you from what mod, from whom you had the quest, the last entry of the quest, and so on, the journal index of current quest situation, and so on. If you want to see this information, if you don't want it, you can disable. But the last thing I added is a search entry field, which is greatly helping when you have to find the proper quest in a very long list like this one, because sometimes it is hard to remember the quest name. It is true that oftentimes the quest name is not really related to the quest giver or things like this, but at least with the faction quest it helps a lot, because you can look for the faction, for instance, and usually the quest name has the faction information in it. So for instance, I want to look for Thieves quest, I start writing Thieves, and usually that's help a lot filtering things. So I think this new thing in the mod is pretty useful, because from here I can check all my Thieves guild quests and so on. I want to do that for the mages, I can more or less do the same thing. Oh, we have also this one. But this particular quest from this mage must have some different name. So how could we get it? Maybe looking for the mage name? Metal Romal. Oh, maybe we could look for the Dedrick something. It's not easy when you have this kind of little quest with a quest name that could be anything. Because you don't have a way to search directly. So a way could be to look in the mod list, if I remember the mod name. Once I know the mod name, I should be able to find it. But not easy. I know this is a very small mod. I don't remember, honestly. Okay, we'll do that another time. In an ideal mode, you should be also able to look for the name of the quest giver in the search, but not easy. So looking for Maven Romal should in theory help in an ideal mode finding the quest, but so far that's nothing like this. Anyway, Maven Romal. That big face, oh god. Let's go and see if I have that thing already. I think I have a Dedrick helmet on one of the companions, but probably another one. Let's see. I think Publius Claudius should have one. Here he is. Claudius. Publius.
It is truly a pleasure to see you.
Come on. Okay, definitely some Dedrick helmet.
It is truly a pleasure to see you.
Face of Inspiration. No, not the right one. So if we want to go on with that quest. Oh, maybe. Oh, we can do it like this. So we can click something and From here we can understand what the mod of the name is. A conjurer's calling. And from here I can look in the mesh list where is it? Okay, mod by Mark. A conjurer's calling. Then I open mlocks and look at the mod number, for instance. And I should be able to find the number. Let me check. Not easy. Oh, I can also print it. Number 112. So in theory now I know the number. I can go to the journal.
An ambassador from the Mages Guild in Daggerfall wants to speak with me.
And look
Their
for
name is Gavin Bett and they are currently staying at the Guild of Mages in ALD Rune.
the number of the mod. The loading order is 112. And so, the name of the quest is Face of God. Well, and I can also set this as some sort of main quest, giving the quest a green color, thanks to another pretty interesting mod that allow you to shift click and give a different color to the quest you are currently trying to go on. That's called Face of God, for instance. But this was just an example, and then we have this super nice mod adding a calendar where you can take notes about anything you want to do, and so on. Different mods improving your journal. Oh, what happens? Every now and then, Publius is running around for a reason. Anyway, let's see. I think another thing I should do is go with the Constance quest. And to do that we must find the place where Iana is. Her hideout should be northwest of Caldera in the West Cache. So let's go to Caldera, and we have lots of way to do that. Faster way is to use the teleportation to the Serene Tower, for instance. So I have tweaked the ring to teleport directly on the teleportation hub when I'm sneaking. So I can do something like that. Type Serene here and then click here by sneaking, and I'm right in the mod teleportation hub. And from here we can reach most mages guilds. Caldera, Dragonfall. Lariel. She's a friend from MCA Companion. And we are in the Caldera's Aegis Guild. Hello, Fons.
Are you here for more duties, Warlock? Or was there something else you wanted?
And I'm using most of a new head replacer done recently, very recently, which I think is a pretty good one, because basically it is using as base Westleys with textures, but trying to make them more similar to the original Morrowind textures. So they are better quality than the usual Morrowind textures, but still resembling more than Wesley's the original one. So they are a good compromise, and I think they will be a very successful, how can I say it, replacer, especially now that the other major replacer used by people is no more officially available, because there being some I think the original mod did not appreciate the criticisms about them being basically called angry faces, and so he decided to try and remove them from the Nexus, I think. But as usual, you can find it in other links if you look for them. So but it's a pity when a modder decides to remove some of his previous mods, because it always causes problems to people who want to keep using using a mod. And I don't think the criticism about the angry angry faces was something telling that they are low quality or something not good. That they are pretty good. I think the problem is they are made with that kind of basic angry expression, which is good for modern games, because modern games oftentimes include in the engine a way to have facial expressions dynamically changing by the engine. So they change, and from angry they become smiling or so on. But for an old game like Morrowind, where there is not this kind of face animation, result was to have people always grumpy, always angry, and so it really was something you noticed a lot. But this is not absolutely lowering the quality of those faces. It is just that some people don't like this kind of always angry expression, but a lot of people did like them. So in my opinion, better to not remove the mod, just tell that you don't support it anymore, but no point in removing it.
Duties. Have you bought the suspects of the break-in?
Oh,
I
we
don't
have
know
also
who
this
could
quest
breach
to
that kind of
investigate.
security.
We
The thieves must be very reckless, or very powerful.
must investigate. We
Probably
have a
bit of
hint.
both. Report to Baron Allen and find out for yourself. An ambassador from the major...
I think to investigate more, you need to go to Alvilotai. But first, let's try and find Yana. Actually, better to say, because I've already passed a lot of cells, and probably I'm using lots of memory already. And I could crash. Basically, I've come to the conclusion that 90% of the crashing I had and I'm having with Morrowind, the reason is low memory. That's because the more mods you use and the less memory you have, and the game, the more different areas, especially exterior cells, you visit, and the faster the game will sort of increase the used memory. And so the more mods, the less memory available, and the sooner you risk crashing with no error messages. Oh, luckily we have another new mod that in theory is telling us. Oh, and another sign of having low memory is when you start seeing things like this, your character is not displaying correctly. That oftentimes means you have low memory, or you start having low memory. here we are near Caldera. There are some super scenic mods. Caldera Mines mod. And we have a Sis Rider. Going to Algerum probably. I think this farm should be not far from the road. Near the place where we found Perminic the Trader. Let's see. Oh, this is the house of a witch from Necessities of Morrowind, and should be not far from that place. Oh, a house over there. Could it be the one? Yeah. I took already a note.
From where do you hail, friend?
And who, may I ask, are you? What are you doing here? Doing here? Why are you here, in my house?
Okay, so we, in theory, we want to be part of her band of thieves. So let's
I
use
have heard
this
of
one.
your exceptional brains and beauty, and ask you kindly to permit me to be your loyal servant. As fair as I can see, you are just a common thief, with no skills and absolutely no charms. I certainly don't like you well enough to let you be my humble servant.
Okay, so things are not easy. We need some help with persuasion, something like that. So let's look for something like charm. No. Personality. Oh, we have the shoes of conviction and the thief ring. And honestly, this kind of text filtering in when you have a list of things is something really fantastic, because you can find things pretty fast. Okay, we should have a better personality. We can also try speechcraft, a little more speechcraft. also the Septim ring. "85 personality, 85 speechcraft." Not bad. Do I have anything else? Some burst enchantment. Security. Usually when I enchant something for a short duration, I give them some minus prefix. So they are on top of the list. We don't have anything for speechcraft. Okay, let's see if that's enough.
You are back. So, what do you want now? Admire fail.
Oh, not
Talk
easy.
straight, admire fail.
Not easy
Say
at all.
straight and
Ooh,
sharp.
she's
Threaten.
super hard. Not an easy quest because you have to find a way to charm her, and she's pretty tough. High level. We probably will need lots of money for this. Or, oh, I have also, I still don't know the name or the kind of potion, but I recognize the bottle. This is a Talvani Musk potion, so this should increase our personality. Yeah. Let's try and bribe her.
You are back. So, what do you want now? Bribe fail. Is that all you
1000
think I'm
gold.
worth?
Failing? Okay, so
Admire fail.
this is nearly
What pretty words.
impossible.
Enchanted blade. And how artlessly self-serving. Intimidate fail. Your threat, admire fail.
I think I will have
Stop
I will
this.
have to cheat because I have no idea how you can go past. She must have some super high personality. Let's see, out of curiosity. Ah, 99, pretty high. Speechcraft. $94. And also probably I'm using a mod which is making things even harder. Because this is the mod probably increasing skills. She's a merchant. Could be also that. But anyway, there must be a way to do that because it's part of the quest. So
You are back. So, what do you want now?
but honestly, no idea how to do this without killing her. Or making some super cheating potion or magic item to increase our speechcraft. Something huge.
You are back? So, what do you background? Nothing I would doing here? Why are you here, in my house?
Now let's try another option.
I'm a thief and I want to join your gang. Are you crazy? Why on earth do you think that I would want to have something?
No, I would cheat because I don't want to stay forever here trying to find the proper way, but mod disposition, something like this. Not this way.
You are back? So, what do you want now?
I will not try to persuade her more because it's super difficult. Let's see if 70 is enough.
Doing here? Why are you here? I have heard of your exceptional brains and beauty, and ask you kindly to permit me to be your loyal servant. My loyal servant? And you have heard about my brains and beauty. That's nice. Oh, well. Tell you what, I don't normally accept people just like that. But, if you could prove yourself to be worthy.
Okay, so technical note here. Mod is old. So mod has been done relying on a standard game, probably without difficulty, lure mods increasing NPC speechcraft and personality, making them harder to bribe or to persuade doing something. So the mod was expecting you to be with higher level personality and to be able to manage going on with the quest once you persuade her, and she is having a better score here in her disposition, but it becomes super hard when she has very high personality. So maybe if you are doing a new quest mod, pay attention to not do this kind of very high blocks to your quest givers, because you risk to have the quest basically blocked by two people if they don't cheat using the console, because it's nearly impossible to bribe her or to persuade her normally, and it's not really nice.
Worthy. You said you wanted to be my loyal servant? Prepared to do any kind of boring work for me? Right. Then, bring this enchanted blue robe to Muriel set at Dirty Muriel's Corner Club in Sadrith Mora. She will have a little something that you should bring back to me, as well. Yana's enchanted robe has been added to your inventory. You take a note in your journal under section Constance.
Okay, so we are...
I have convinced Yana to take me on as some kind of apprentice, and she seems determined to make me do all kinds of boring things that come into her head. My first mission is to bring an enchanted robe to Muriel set at Dirty Muriel's Corner Club in Sadrith Mora. Obviously Muriel will give me something that I should bring back to Yana.
And the quest is called Constance. And here it is. Our very long quest to get back Constance's bow. But for now we must do as Yana said and go to the Dirty Muriel Corners Club in Sadrith Mora. And that's a good thing because we have other things to do there, so let's go. We should have a robe. Yeah. Ooh, super over encumbered. Ah, because I have the money, I must I must put the money somewhere. I'm sort of cheating here because I'm using a bag with just not counting the money. I could also do the things properly and go to a bank and deposit the money, get some certificate instead. Should work. I think this is an interesting thing that Timer Rebuild is going to add by default, having banks. But I think that a mod done in Lua or something like that, working everywhere, should be even better. Anyway. It would be nice to put a mark here, but I think I cannot yet. I have no more slots available, and I don't want to delete one of these marks. So, okay, will do. But to reach Sadrith Mora from here, as usual, okay, I could teleport back to the Serene Tower teleportation hub, but let's do it a different way. I will teleport to Heavish Mages Guild, another teleportation hub.
Please, go ahead. I'm all ears.
And basically Heavish is great, not only because it's full of quests to do, especially if you like the Thieves Guild, but because there's an early quest you can do for the Heavish Mages Guild, where you have to help the lady here reconstructing
I'm Valerian Istris,
a teleportation hub.
I provide instantaneous transport to the Mages Guild halls on Varden Fell. Beside the occasional merchantman that might take you aboard, my teleportation chamber is the only reliable way to travel to Varden Fell. Travel. My teleportation chamber is able to transport you to the Mages Guild halls in Aldirun, Balmora, Caldera, Sadrith Mora, and Vivek, as well as to the cities of Dagon Fel, Nessus, Saran, and Telvas. Free for you and any of your companions, of course. Where do you want to go?
So it's free for us because we helped her making the hard work to build this teleportation improvement hub, and now we can use it for free.
Sadruth Mora. Sadruth Mora. Have you ever met one of those funny Telvanni? Well, you can use the teleport chamber when you're ready.
And we have this clever scripting from this old mod, which is basically replacing the door we use according to the destination we choose. And here we are. To the Sadruth Mora Wolverine Hall Mages Guild. And from here we reached the place where we have to go. And honestly, I don't know why people have problems navigating this castle, because it's pretty nice. There are the three main places where you want to be are all in this staircase. So we have the Mages Guild here, we go down, we have the exit out, the castle exterior, and we have also a shrine, Imperial Shrine here. And if we go down one level, we just go to the door to the Fighters Guild. So everything is nearby.
Well met, friend.
And yes, sparring. This is also a great place to practice your acrobatics, but as you can see, we have a first warning, low memory. So let's save. And there we can see the Tower of Talvarun, I think. And over there we can see Talfir. So I may crash any moment from now on, because I'm low memory, but luckily we had this kind of warnings. Right things to do would be to save, exit the game, restart the game, reload the save. This way you can clean your memory and play another. It depends how many mods you have. I think I can play about 40 minutes, 1 hour, couple hours. It depends how many exteriors, different exterior sites I visit, basically. But I'm not a normal case. I'm just using tons of mod, so I think an average user can play about normally about couple hours. And here is Daphne Muriel's Corner Club. More and more. I'm pretty sure when I load the next cell, I'm going to crash. So let's see what happens. It depends, because sometimes the game is clever, it is able to clean previous memory, but sometimes it is not. So every time you change cell, you risk, especially when you go from inside to outside the cells. Those are the ones consuming lots of memory on the start. But let's talk with Mrs.
You were to deliver that potion recipe to Samir.
Yeah, another thing.
Potion recipe. We don't usually do business with the Mages Guild, but Tasamirsul wants a recipe for a potion of dispel magic. Everyone says the best alchemist in town is Ani's Sealith.
Okay, now let me
You
see.
might want to start looking for the recipe there. When you find it, deliver it straight to Tasamirsul at Wolverine Hall.
To give us something else. Maybe I don't have to talk with her.
What was that?
Let's see. Can't remember.
How are you?
I have convinced Yana to take me on as some kind
Oh,
of
Muriel
apprentice,
Sati.
and she seems determined to make me do all kinds of boring.
She's the lady at the bar. Hello, Muriel. What a nice lady.
Welcome to Sadrith Mora, Shiar Yunin. This is the district seat of House Telvanni. We see many outlanders here, but Sadrith Mora is not a very friendly town. Especially if you're an outlander. Can I help you find services?
I have your enchanted blue robe.
Enchanted blue robe. Oh, Yana's robe. Good. I was expecting it. Tell her that she will look like a goddess once my seamstress is finished with her work. And here are the ingredients she needs for her beauty cream. Tell her that I tried the cream the other day, and that it removed some of my wrinkles. Yana's enchanted robe has been removed from your inventory. 5 root brush has been added to your inventory. 5 scamp skin has been added to your inventory. 5 slowed soap has been added to your inventory. You take a note in your journal under section Constance.
And we have a secret beauty recipe for all the ladies. And also... okay, I don't think that's a mod doing beauty recipes. Maybe when we will have some mod which is making aging visible.
Dirty Muriel's Corner Club. You won't find better drink or Roland Dalvalu. I don't think I know anyone of that description. Outlander, you say?
But anyway. Oh, and I think this mage here has usually some pretty powerful magic.
My surname is
he can
Darithril and my
teach.
personal name is Error, and there is a slight flaw in my character.
God's fire and God's frost, but they are pretty hard to cast. Ooh, a thief just robbed us.
You were to deliver that potion recipe to
Okay,
just potion recipe.
she's
We
telling
don't
us
usually
we
do
need to
business
go
with the
and
Mages Guild, but Tasamirsul
find
wants a recipe for a
this
potion of dispel
recipe.
magic. Shiska. Never heard that name.
Other jobs.
Jobs. We've been hired to fetch a dispel
Okay,
potion
that
recipe.
one. Can we advance?
No one questions your skills as a thief.
Not yet.
Please feel free to talk at your leisure.
And now we save. I have a feeling we will crash. Not yet. Let's see if we can find this recipe. Not sure if I have it already. Don't think so.
All things alchemical. Welcome to our fair town, Shiar Yunin. If you're new to Sadrith Mora, I'm sure you'll see much that puzzles you. Do you have any questions? Admire fail. Your tone, admire success. Thank you. We are truly friends. Background. I am Pirlet Rostorid, apothecary and lawman of the Great
She's
House
not the
Telvani.
one.
Cure blight. I like you, Shiar Yunin. I will let you have these potions for the good of House Telvani. But just this once. You won't get any more free potions from me. 3 Cure blight disease has been added to your inventory. You take a note in your journal under section House Telvani, Cure blight.
So, and this is another add-on from my mod. Basically, it is telling you the name of the quest when you advance, so it is easier to find it. So, for this quest, we know it is called House Telvani Cure Blight. Let's see.
Pirlet Rostorid gave me 3 potions of Cure blight for the good of the house.
Here it is.
You've got the better of me.
But she's not
Go
the
ahead.
right potion vendor. So it's really a lucky thing we did not crash yet, but it may happens anytime. May happen. I think the lady selling potion is over there. Ooh, impressive. I really love this open helmet showing you the eyes of people. We also need to go to the Telvani Council. I think that's the one. Yeah, any salad alchemist. Hello, lady. So, basically,
Yes,
I made a mod.
Shiar Yunin. I'm Ani Seelith. Go ahead. I'm sure you have questions.
So it works like this. Anything an NPC is going to check to do is under about 5 seconds timer. So when you go nearby and you're waiting for the NPC to realize you are there and talk with you, if you are unlucky, you may have to wait these 5 seconds. So what I did is, I make a mod. So when I press the shift key, basically I give them a command to turn around and talk. But what happens is they start turning around, and then the EI sort of block this thing, and the NPCs again do it's kind of EI decision. So basically he stops turning around and he does what he wants to do anyway, so it doesn't work very well. But for now, that's what I've been able to do. So not working super well, but they still talk with you even if they don't turn. It's not very good to see, but it works. So
Cure blight. I believe Pirlet Rostorid carries potions of cure
She's
blight.
not going to give us potions. Oh, potion recipe?
Potion recipe. I wouldn't give out my potion recipes to anyone, no matter who they were. Roland Dalvalu. An outlander? Hey? I don't know him.
You have my blessings.
Okay, so let's
Outlander.
try and
How about a potion
see if
today?
we can get 100% and still have a refusing to give us a recipe. Not sure about it. Probably it will not. Oh, we need to replenish this thing. Oh, and one mod that I really love is the one I don't remember if it is by Nile Cascade or by probably Marzasfo. I'm not sure. I think one of the possible authors are these authors, but basically the mod is a smart soul gems usage mod. So when you capture a new soul, it will use a soul gem with a lesser level souls, if that soul gem is not already full with a high level soul. In this way you can optimize the usage of your precious big capacity soul gems without ruining them using for instance a soul from a rat or a script and so on. And this is a fantastic mod. For instance, I have this soul gem which is 75% in a max 120 value, and I could find a better soul for that. Not really super important, but for this kind of soul gem, maybe you really want to fill them as much as you can. But for now, I want to recharge that ring. And I can use anything from the list, so I can start from the petty one and go on. And this is a tweak, I think, done by Hamcham, so you can use it more than once. Also a way to increase your skill, because recharging is experience. But let's see if that's enough. Don't think so. No, this needs a lot of recharging. Let's use the shoes of conviction.
I'm fine, Xiar Yunin. I hope you admire success. I shall honor our friendship too. Admire success. I shall honor our
Okay, she's
friendship
not very
too.
hard to persuade like Yana. Out of curiosity, let's see if having 100% here is going to help adapt. So she's not going to give us the recipe.
Potion recipe. I wouldn't give out my potion recipes to anyone, no matter who they were.
Okay, so no way. We must steal them. So first we must find where they are, because
Farah's hole in the wall is ideal for all bachelors and bachelorettes.
not here. Oh, we have high love lady.
I am Arterum of the Sijic Order. Do you seek my counsel, Breton?
I'm not sure about it, but I think for this kind of faces I prefer the original by Wesley. So it depends. It's a mixed, as usual. You can choose one thing from a mod, one thing from another mod. I think I remember the face for this lady. I liked a little more the Wesley version.
The Sijic Order.
But it is still
We
a
are
pretty
the oldest monastic group of Tamriel. The Isle of Artium in Somerset
nice
Isle is our home,
textures,
and we have been ruled by
also the
Lore
mesh,
Master
probably.
Celerus for 250 years. Grey Cloak. We Sijics wear a distinctive grey. How can I get a robe like that? Join the Sijic Order is what I would usually say. However, this particular robe is a specially made replacement for my normal grey cloak. Most of my belongings were damaged by a storm as I traveled by sea to Morrowind. I have one of these I can give you if you wish. All things require a balance, of course, and you will have to perform a task for me first. I have a message that I need delivered to Corwine and Inderenian. I am unable to do so for complex reasons. Would you deliver the message? Yes. Very good. Here is the coded missive. Deliver it to Corwine himself personally in Inderenian and tell him it is from Arterum of the Sijic Order. He was once a member of the Sijic Order, and reading it may remind him of things he has sadly forgotten. Such is my hope, at least. Bring back any response he makes to me and I can see if reading it will have had the desired effect on Corwine. In return, I shall give you one of my spare robes. There is nothing magical about it, but you can enchant it as you wish. Where is Inderenian, and how will I recognize Corwine? Message from Arterum has been added to your inventory. Inderenian is one of the forsaken Dunmer strongholds on Varden Fell. It is located on the mainland coast northwest of Sadrith Mora and north of Tel Arun. Rumors say Daedra worshippers are residing there, so exercise caution. Corwine, we do not have enough time to talk of him, his history, and his greatness. He was once one of the greatest Altmer Sijics of the First Age and has lived for millennia. There is a phrase that best describes him: true genius is often indistinguishable from madness. You take a note in your journal under section LGNPC,
this is part
Grey Cloak of the Sijic
of
Order.
the last generic NPCs, series of mods, and the quest is Grey Cloak of the Sijic Order. It's a nice robe.
Hello.
Not super powerful artifact, but a nice robe and a nice quest. And we have a little lady here.
I shouldn't talk to strange ladies.
Alright. But she's a nice little girl here, but she is actually ruining our easy task, because the task is not so easy without looking at our movements. So we must find a way to steal things without being detected, and usually that means for at least mostly a mage character, it means chameleon. So you need to find a way to get that. And we are talking about the stealing and the chameleon effect.
Retainer Ani Sealeth, I suggest you watch out with
the
vampire
Discord
dust.
chat, and
I have heard from a friend of mine that sniffing it can actually give you the vampire disease. So if you deal with vampire hunters, warn them to hold their breaths if they kill one. Mouth?
okay, so where could the recipe be? Maybe here? Maybe on the crate? In the crate? Probably this. I cannot take. I don't know, because I have the mod which is hiding the name of things until I used them at least once. So it's I cannot steal them directly with the little lady here looking at me, so I must find a way to do that. There are lots of ways.
In a big tree. No boys allowed.
The classic way is to find a way to chameleon 100%, because that is in theory guarantee to avoid being detected by anything. But there's always something you must pay attention to, and it's the thing that NPCs react and decide about doing things with a sort of timer. So they do it every 5 seconds. So what it may happen is you use your magic, your potion, your spell, your enchantment, and you are now, in theory, 100% chameleon, and so undetectable. The problem is the NPCs is still waiting to do the detection check, and even if you are already 100% chameleon, the NPC is still believing that you are detectable. And so basically, if you use a very short chameleon effect, you still have the risk to be detected. To be 100% sure your 100% chameleon will work, it should be longer than 5 seconds, because this way you are sure that the NPC will realize that you cannot be detected, and so this way you are able to steal things safely. Doing a 100% magic longer than 5 seconds could be not easy. At least if you don't cheat with using a super high intelligent potions or things like that. But there are some artifacts you can find in game that can give you this, like the shadow ring or amulet, I don't remember. The amulet of shadows, which is giving us a long 80% chameleon. So adding to that, you can usually manage to. And then we need something else. Or you can try burst enchantment, but I have one here, 5 seconds, but has not been easy to do this enchantment. So maybe for a standard not mage character it could be a little difficult, but you can find the amulet of shadows, other things like the shadow mask ring. They are pretty common. They last 10 seconds. That should be enough to steal things. Okay, let's check our chameleon. where it is. Oh, here. And we have now about 130 chameleons, more than enough. So we are sneaky, we should be able to sneak everything without being noticed. Percent should be something able to guarantee, but in theory you should wait 5 seconds to be sure things work safely. Anyway, we should have the recipe. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe those things scroll. Let's read it.
1 unit pearl.
Oh.
1 unit moon sugar. Crush pearl to form a powder. Heat moon sugar until it melts and begins turning brown.
They are the right
Add
ones,
pearl dust
but
and remove.
Thing is, the mod, well, they are called Dispel Potion Formula, so that's the reason why we did not find them looking for recipe. Oh, this is another note, important note. Let's look at our journal.
Arterum of the Sijic Order gave me a coded missive to deliver to the Altmer Corwine in the fortress of Inderenian.
Probably the
He was
Thieves
a member
Guild
of
quest.
the Sijic Order during the first era millennia ago. After I return with his reply, she will give me a robe in the fashion of those worn by members of the Sijic Order.
Read here. Quest is called Thieves Guild Potion Recipe. We are talking about recipe for a dispel potion and a recipe here, and the thing is called dispel potion formula. Okay, it's not super bad because dispel is something that is still in the journal notes, but I would have called this dispel recipe because this way both words were something that player had in the journal entry. So pay attention when you name your quest items. Use something that is used also in the dialogue and in the journal entries, because this way player can find things more easily, especially if in a modded setup like this one, hiding the name of things and so on. But we have them, so in theory we can now go back to our big Hilandi friend. We are still under chameleon 80%, and I know it's not very realistic to have my robes and my weapons and my skin chameleon, but my hair are not. So okay, there's a reason why. Reason is this way, having this kind of robe, transparency of the air, you can avoid the problem when you go underwater, making your hair disappear. So it's a sort of compromise. So far I've not found a better way to solve that problem. Anyway, as we are here, we can also visit Talvani. Oh, we did not crash yet. That's a miracle. A miracle. We are lucky, really lucky, because I got a lot of messages about low memory. And I'm stuttering a lot because that happens usually when there are scheduling scripts are running every 4 hours or so, because I have the scheduling mode and all standard scripting one, which is very heavy on frame rate. I would like to make a more modern version or find a more modern version within Lua, but so far a complete one is not available. There's one for Sydney, but not for the rest of Morrowind.
Probably nothing.
And I think we have some quests here to finish.
Retainer of House Telvanni, what can I do for you?
Did you bring Mistress Thorena her new clothes?
Yes.
New clothes. I trust you did not have any trouble. Well, in any case, I owe you 500 drakes for the delivery. Perhaps I could also teach you how to mark and recall if you don't know how already. You take a note in your journal under section House Telvanni, new clothes.
Okay, we already know.
500 gold has been added to your inventory. Never mind.
So we already know the spells, but
Nin.
that's a pretty nice way to get this super important spell without paying for someone teaching them to you. You do this quest.
New clothes. I do not have anything else for you to deliver to Mistress Thorena. Mistress Thorena. She is my patron in House Telvanni, Shores. Mistress Thorena is concerned about a slave rebellion in one of her holdings. Slave rebellion. The slaves have revolted in the Abe Bale Egg Mine. Go there and put an end to this rebellion before it spread to Mistress Thorena's other holdings. You take a note in your journal under section House Telvanni, Slave Rebellion. Roland Dalvalu. Yes, the Outlander, fresh out of the Mages Guild. Bought his hospitality papers and everything. I know him. You'll find him over there licking Gallows's boots. I suppose he heard about Gallows's upcoming promotion and thinks he has a shot at becoming Orion's new mouth. Someone ought to tell him he's 3 centuries too early for that.
And this is another little quest for the Mages Guild. Find this mage.
Little secret. These outlanders won't be
I
happy
think he
until
should be
slavery
here
is
in the
outlawed.
Talvani Council House.
Retainer of House Telvanni, what can I do for you?
Did you find the Black Jinx?
Not yet,
Mug.
I think.
You already brought me 5 portions of mug.
Not sure about it. Actually, let's see. No, I not found
Is someone
the
watching?
ring yet, I think.
Did you ask Baladas Demnevani the 3 questions?
Yes, sir.
3 questions. You have spoken with Baladas? Yes, I see. Archmagister Gothrin will be pleased with these answers and will be quite interested to know that Baladas is alive and well. I should give you something. Here, take these summon scamp scrolls. You may find them useful. You take a note in your journal under section House Telvanni. 3 questions for Baladas Demnevani. 3 messenger scroll has been added to your inventory. 3 questions. You already asked Baladas Demnevani the 3 advancement. Yes, we find you worthy of Laman.
We are worthy.
Advancement. I cannot advance you to mouth. You must find a patron. Archmagister Gothrin is not interested in taking on any more protégés. Archmagister Gothrin. Yes, Archmagister Gothrin, Shores. Archmagister Gothrin has learned the location of the Dwemer ruin of Ncholeft. Ncholeft. This Dwemer ruin lies west of the town of Voss. Apparently these ruins are what Archmagister Gothrin wanted Einitz-on-Ababi to look for. Archmagister Gothrin wants some plans or blueprints from Ncholeft. Find these plans and return them to me. You take a note in your journal under section House Telvani, Mission to Ncholeft.
Not sure if this is a standard quest.
Ncholeft.
Or a
Have you
modded
found the
one.
plans Archmagister Gothrin was looking? No, not yet.
But we
Archmagister Gothrin
can
was right
find
to
it.
question your loyalty and rapid advance in House Telvani. Goodbye. Mouth Malam Ryan asked me to bring him some Dwemer schematics from the ruins of Ncholeft, which
it's
lies
coming
somewhere west of
from
Voss.
mod number 3, which is Blood Moon, so this is a standard quest.
I am Herrera Uvulas, the mouth of
Oh,
Master Melon.
we have a warning,
Warning,
in the
approaching
dialogue.
4 GB memory limit. Usage, 3.51 GB.
Okay, this is not really something you should see here because it's ruining immersion a little bit. You know, I'm really doing something that I should not do. I'm not exiting the game. I keep on playing because it takes some minutes to reload, and I try to avoid that. But you know, when you start seeing the messages inside your dialogue, maybe it's time. You should really
Patron.
go out of
Master
the game
Nelith is
and
not
reload.
taking on any protégés.
Can we
Advancement.
advance?
I cannot chores.
Or
I
chores
do
because
not
we
have any
like
chores for you.
check
with my patron, Master Nelith, or with the other mouths. Master Nelith. Yes.
Okay.
Did you deliver the cure blight potion? Roland Dalvalu. Roland? Patron. My patron, Master Arion, is quite open-minded. You might ask him. If Arion becomes your patron, I can stop being Arion's mouth here on the council. Perhaps I can get some research of my own done.
Okay, interesting.
Shiska. No, my name is Gallows Mathendis.
We should probably finish carrying some potions to Voss, and then we can talk with Master Orion and ask him to be our patron. And in theory there should be that mage coming from the... Oh, here he is, coming from the Caldera Mages Guild. Everybody in the Caldera Mages Guild are worrying about him, so let's talk about it.
W what? Roland Dalvalu? I mean, yes, that's me. House Telvani's up-and-coming new talent. How do you do? You take a note in your journal under section Mages Guild, the Prodigal Apprentice. Roland Dalvalu. What? Medila sent you? But, why? I'm perfectly fine here. In fact, I'm more than alright. I'm doing great. I love the Telvani, The Telvanni love me. I'm learning so much. When I go back home to Cyrodiil, my uncle Niven is going to be so jealous. He's hardly more than a farmer, you know. He's never even been to Morrowind, even though it's our ancestral homeland. I was even allowed into Tel Naga yesterday and everything. Aren't these mushroom towers amazing?
Okay. And I have a feeling that most our Morrowind Quest 2 are sort of doing what Lost Soul Games try to do to cut development time. So they give you the illusion of having multi-branching answers, but in short, you can answer what you want, and then the results are always the same. So you cannot really change how things will go in the future with a different answer. But you don't know until you try all of them. So it is still interesting. I know that I already try this one, I think. So let's try this one.
So you're enjoying it here then? What are the Telvanni like? Oh, yes, very much so. It's wonderful here. You shouldn't listen to what the Mages Guild tell you, they're all so biased. They're just jealous because they don't understand real power, you know? And maybe I'm just gathering muck for Master Nelith's potions right now, but one day I'll be a master wizard, with a tower of my own, and they'll still know nothing. Still, I'm sorry I worried Medila. Tell her I'm okay, will you? And that I'm sorry about the drunken scamp? But I'm not going back. Not ever. You take a note in your journal under section Mages Guild. Roland Dalvalo has joined House Telvanni, and refuses to be persuaded to return to the Mages Guild. He asked me to give his regards to Medila and to apologize for the mess his scamp made that one time.
See if we can change things, but I
Yes,
don't think so.
I am Roland Dalvalo, of House Telvanni. Is this urgent? Because if not, I have important chores that I need to get back to.
Yeah, I think you cannot really have him go back. At least at this point you cannot anymore. Maybe choosing a different answer before could change things, but not sure about it. It needs to play the quest another time from the start, and we cannot do that. But anyway, we did it. So let me think about it. Oh, we need to go back and give the potion recipe to Big Hilland. Can we go this way?
This is a wondrous encounter. Welcome.
Crossing fingers, no crash so far. Another nice little lady playing. And we have a layer wheel still following. I could give some of these things.
Yes?
Oh no, not this one. I use this one often, so and also we could put the money away. Better. And over there you can see one of the most original houses, modded houses, a house on a sea spider. It's a sort of mummified sea spiders for some reason, and then someone built a Talvani pod house on top of it. It is a pretty scenic house, as you can imagine. And we are crashing. Sooner or later it happens. So I think I will stop here because we already played for a long time and I don't want to restart. But thanks for watching and hopefully see you next time. Bye bye.